All right.
Sims, are you
Okay there?
Good morning or evening, friends. I hope you guys are doing well in Makai. It's December time. Quite intrigued. I hope you guys are going to be visiting your Makai. You're in Makai, bro.
Villages, let's call this night.
Middle
You can't stay in Joburg. That's what our people say.
Good job. Yeah, I'm also gonna go fetch my powers very soon. Probably in the next week. I'll go fetch my powers. But for now, I'm powered up because I'm with the president of the South African Youth Business Chamber. President Spilange Ngozi Dlamini.
Thank you for having me, Put.
How are you doing?
Tired.
Yeah.
The summit has us on our feet 24/7, but outside of that, very energized in terms of the submissions that are happening here, the commissions, the deliberations, and generally the views of young people at the summit. It challenges the dominant narrative that young people just want to twerk on TikTok.
That's 100%.
Yeah, this proves that young people want solutions, they want to be a part of the change, and they're more than ready to be the implementing agents.
Yeah. Even those who twerk on TikTok are twerking there because they probably didn't have the means to get you, but if they had, they'd definitely be here. Because I know that you, yeah. All right, President Dlamini, you're a person who I like, I admire a lot. The way you carry out yourself, you've got the charisma, and I think the Business Chamber is privileged to have you as its leader. I want to talk about your upbringing, your background, just briefly about who you are, where you're coming from, and obviously where you are now, and then we'll talk about governance in the context of the summit and the submissions they're all made by young people.
I come from a lot of places.
Yeah.
But I was born in Komazi, Skomanstal, where my maternal family is based. So I am by nationality, I am South African Swati. It's a very interesting dynamic because my father is Swati from Eswatini, and my mother is Swati, but South African. So I come from a culture that is somewhat similar but very different as well.
Yes.
Because how it's practiced on this side of the border and there, there's variations. But yes, other than that, I think I'm a person that grew up in a very warm family. I have 26 siblings. 26 with me, 25. Of which...
How many from mom, how many from dad?
From my mother's side, I'm the only child between my parents.
Okay.
But from my mother's side, I do have 4 other siblings. And from my father's side, 25 others. So it's a soccer team. We actually have a soccer team.
True soccer team.
Yes. And it was such a beautiful dynamic growing up in that environment because I got to experience love in such a warm and fulfilling way. Because outside of my biological parents, my father had also his 10 other wives who are deputy moms basically. And I think it was quite an interesting dynamic because it's already looked up.
Yeah.
So you go to this other ones. Exactly. You'll go and it was quite such a good environment that we don't have the stories that you don't eat from wife number Banban's house or wife. Even to this day, even though my father has passed, his wives are there. They visit each other. We visit any of them. All of them are mothers, basically. It's like you have 10 other mothers.
You've got 10 other mothers,
yeah.
You come from like a warm.
Yes, very warm.
Yeah.
So part of that inspires my values on family. I think family for me is important, and friendship as well, because some friends become family. So, which is why when some friends act funny, we take it personal because we're like, you are deputy family. So,
close by.
Exactly. But and then, so I grew up in the Gomazi area, primary, secondary, and eventually I decided that I'm going to go study at the University of the Free State, which was quite an interesting paradigm shift because it's so much more different than what I'm used to. An entirely different language than what I'm used to. I think the first year, all I learned was Batong and Dumelang. The whole 12 months. But we've gotten better. I think now I know, what's the other word I learned? So,
that's 3 words.
Akfan, there's progress. There's progress.
Okay, I'll take that.
But I think that's generally that's me in a nutshell.
That's a mouthful, President. Thank you so much for that. Just to get the viewer closer to who you are, because you're quite familiar to a lot of my subscribers, at least. So you're famous in my channel. So at least they can get to know you closer at that level, not just you as the president of the business chamber. And speaking of the business chamber, you guys have outstayed yourselves in terms of your contribution to the summit. I think your team really pulled through, and you're a leader, man. You're able to coordinate people, go there, and the way your team responds to you, you can tell that it's out of respect for you, and for me, respect is like a two-way thing, you know. And it's because you respect them too, you know, and that's my observation with you and the team, and I really like that, and I think you've got a very healthy working environment for them, and you take care of the people, and I'm really pleased about that. You're a real president.
No, thank you very much, my colleague. I think one of the things that often happen in organizations is we let power get into our heads, and we mistreat the people we serve with. And I always say to my team, they do not serve me, they serve with me. And with me being at the apex of the organization, I serve them. So my role is to guide, give the strategic direction, and see across the river and help them get to the bridge that's going to get us across. I think other than that, we have quite an impeccable team and a multifaceted one as well. One that possesses so much skill and thrives in the kind of work that they do. So it makes it so much more easier to coordinate, and also just generally one must take care of their people. They take care of us, they take care of each other. And one of the things we've often been loud about is that whenever there's anything, we can always sit at a table and discuss. There's no need to shout or be snarks, so we can always find each other.
Diplomacy.
So dialogue and diplomacy is the cornerstone of the kind of relationship that we have.
I've picked it up, and I don't want us to talk too much about them, but I want you to talk about governance in the context of the summit. But governance also entails how you are running your own organization. So I had to make that comment about. It seems like about Makuba Happy, right? And shout outs to that. It's got a lot to do with governance as well. Let's talk about governance in the context of the summit, Mr. President, and the submissions that were made by young people in the past 2 days. You were there. Talk to me about that.
It's been a very interesting summit because it's a very radical room. And radical not in the sense of that you have people that say, no, we must bend down structures, we must bend down governments, but in the sense that it's so diverse and multidisciplinary that we are able to say we have various people from various disciplines. And that allows us to not just have one voice, but to have various voices that enrich the conversation. Rooms where we all agree on the same thing are very dangerous because if we're letting each other astray. When the rope is rotten, we'll say no, we can use this rope. But the kind of debates that are happening, the kind of agreements and disagreements and also various paradigms enrich the conversation. So in overall, I think our young people are saying they're tired of being the future, they're the now. And in being the now, they are, by virtue of being at this summit, taking part in the work that must be done to change this country, to transform industries, transform the grassroots, but most importantly, to ensure that the voice of young people is heard. I mean, 21 million young people in this country.
There's a lot.
And the brightest minds among them are here at this summit. So they represent all of these backgrounds. They represent your Hammanskraal, your Soweto, where I'm from, in Nkomazi, and all of these various areas. And those are the kind of environments we must be catalyzing. So it's looking quite interesting. I'm looking forward to the summit declaration because it's going to have quite a diverse narrative.
Okay. The young people that attended the summit, you mentioned that they are bright minds, and I agree with that because I've had the opportunity to speak to like a lot of them. I want to ask you, the young people that are here at the summit, if we had to take them, do you think we'd be able to run a well-administered government? If we had to take all of them, so far the different portfolios, do you think we'd be running a well-oiled machine?
From a governance perspective, I think the biggest challenge with South Africa and where we are, in Africa in general, is that it's not capacity itself, it's policy and governance frameworks. With some of the best policy and governance frameworks in the world. You can take the devil and make him president tomorrow. If he follows our policies and frameworks,
He'll be an angel.
He will ascend again. So I think we have, with the brightest minds we've gotten to engage with, I mean, there's young people both in who are building offline AI models that speak South African languages. There's a young man I was engaging earlier who's leading a fintech company that's going to compete with PayPal. So there's so much diversity and so much innovation that not only would they perform, I'm sure that they would excel. And our country would go very far in the space of a few months.
Across all spheres.
Across all spheres.
Yeah.
In a society that thrives, most importantly, in the grassroots level, at family structure level, thrives across all spheres of society.
Mr. President, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your submission. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for your leadership.
We have more 3 minutes.
I thought you guys must wrap it up. Oh, that's fine. Okay, yeah. You are constituting government of young people across all spheres of the country. Because we are young, we are energetic, we are innovative, and Amamatala, they're no longer doing much. What future do you have for Johannesburg?
Well, I think the old people, our elders, have done quite well.
Yeah. Before we had an elder today, Dr. Nkosazana Zuma. Thank you for your contribution and guidance and for willing to be with young people. So she's not part of the bad elders at all. She's a good elder. She's a youth elder.
Yeah. She's for the young people of this country.
Yes.
Look, I think a lot of our elders have contributed in one way or the other to where our country is, and their contributions were good at some point, and we honor and we commend them for that. But also at the same time, one cannot stay too long because you become divorced from the reality of the people you lead. The challenge we've had with most of them is that they stay too long, which is why I commend Dr. Nkosazana Zuma and her peers, Umamnaledi Panda, who's also a doctor, because Gwede Mandashe, we've said, we've served our country, we're stepping back, let the young people take it from here. That is what we need. we do not need a sudden upheaval of saying, no, let all the elders go. We need that wisdom. We need a foundation in which we can chart the future. But we do need them to open platform for our youth leaders. Of course, this is a platform that is ours. It wouldn't be them doing us a favor. But they have, therefore, a duty to impart that wisdom as we go on and chart the future. Johannesburg must be gold again. And in Johannesburg being gold again, it means young people must thrive in this area. They must grow. To quote Jay-Z and Alicia Keys in one of their songs, it's Where Your Dreams, where they speak about New York, which is essentially what
Jay-Z and Alicia Keys.
Alicia Keys, yes. What they speak about New York, and which essentially is what we can envision Joburg to be for Africa, not just the country but the entire continent. That this is where all your dreams come true. If you can survive in Joburg, you can survive anywhere.
Since I made it here, I can make it
anywhere. Yes. So that we must then reopen the economic hub of Joburg, put it back in the hands of young people, let them innovate, let them thrive, but most importantly, let them do their own thing. At some point, the old must die and the new must be born. We are stuck at a juncture where the old is refusing to die, the new is refusing to be born. And once you resist nature of that kind, it then puts us at a nexus where we're in limbo. That's where we are mostly with most societies, not just in Africa, but across the world. I mean, if you look at the horrible things that are happening in the United States at the moment, it shows that when you have older people at the helm for too long, they become distorted and divorced from reality. So the vision for Joburg, the vision for the young people of this country is a country that understands, and that is where young people are at the helm of charting the future. And our elders have a role in this. We need their wisdom, we need how did they do it.
In terms of representation with the elders, because you're saying we shouldn't phase them out completely. In terms of percentage, should it be 60-40, 50-50? How's it looking with the elders?
55-45 can work.
What, 45?
55-45.
Okay, who's 45?
With young people becoming 55, elders becoming 45, and of course we gradually phase it out, making it at some point 60-40, 35, and so on, because we want to ensure that there's a generational leadership baton that is being passed, and it can be passed in one generation. I mean, when we turn 35, we should have had enough time to learn from these elders, and we go on, we mentor the next generation.
That's true.
But also those who are still around, they mentor those who are after us, and so on and so forth. That way we preserve the knowledge, and we ensure that we preserve that wisdom.
Good political conversation with the president of the South African Youth Business Chamber, no? Not council.
Not council. An institution.
Leading 21 million young people.
21 million young people who are our constituencies, so, which is a very big honor. And even though carrying the hopes and dreams of 21 million young people on our young shoulders is a heavy role, but we have an amazing team that is full of visionaries and doers, and we'll make it happen.
100%. I believe in your team, again, not because I'm being biased, but because I've seen your team, and I think your team is very vibrant, respectful, and they're out there. They want to get it, so it's good to see. Shout out to the South African Youth Business Chamber. Sibonge kakhulu, Sipila Ngosi, Dami, Ngosi.
Thank you for having us on your podcast. We're friends of the panel, so we'll be watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and repost. Thank you.
Thank you to my production team. We're back for the game.